Dawn reveals a scene that seems to have emerged from an ancient dream. Under the pale sky of early morning, an isolated mountain range unveils a hidden valley, where nature blends with the hands of time. I am led by firm steps, accompanied by Kalen, Lyris, and Darius, toward a forgotten sanctuary, a refuge of stone, moss, and inscriptions that shimmer with gentle reflections in the timid light of the rising sun. Here, among crumbling columns and rock formations sculpted by the wind, I sense an omen. Something immense and inevitable is approaching, a call that may transform the shadow of my scars into radiant power. Upon entering the sanctuary, my heart seemed to beat in unison with the distant echoes of ancestral voices. Every wall told a story. Worn runes and mysterious symbols divulged the secrets of ancient rituals. As I walked slowly, memories of dark days of betrayal and the ruin of the Eastern Sect flooded my mind. I recalled the wounds of the past, the whispers of treachery that marked my childhood, the broken oaths, and the loneliness that had imprisoned my soul. Even though I am an anti-hero, accustomed to concealing my vulnerabilities behind a hardened facade, I realized that today there was no room for the armor of indifference. It was time to confront my inner self. Kalen, with a serene voice laden with experience, approached and said, "Varian, this place was built so that we may converse with our lost echoes. Do not fear exposing the pain of your past. Only by acknowledging it can you transmute it into strength." I felt the weight of his words. Lyris, whose blue eyes reflected both mystery and compassion, organized small chants while Darius arranged ritual objects upon a stone altar. Among them, an oil candelabrum burned with a flickering flame, casting dancing shadows that seemed to recognize every secret guarded within me. Clutching tightly the fragment I had carried for so long, a symbol of the legacy and the price I had paid for my history, I realized that the ritual was the turning point, the moment when all accumulated pain might finally find redemption. I found myself torn between the reluctance to reveal my vulnerability and the urgent need to confront the essence of my scars. My mind, replete with painful memories, oscillated between anger and hope. It is within that inner maelstrom that the true battle begins. The fight is not only against external enemies, but also against the shattered reflection of who I once was.
Quick tip to level up your experience. Read Manhwas and light novels for free. Listen to epic audiobooks. Watch unlimited anime. Play cloud games with no console. And stream the best anime soundtracks. Check the description now and grab your free trials.
As the ritual began, the atmosphere transformed. The sound of ancient chants rose, guided by Kalen's steady hands as he intoned words in a forgotten language, while Lyris lit small incense burners that released an aroma of resin and wood, permeating the air. Every syllable seemed to summon the spirits of old warriors who, like benevolent ghosts, silently observed our efforts. Clutching the fragment, I ascended the altar, and the inscriptions adorning the stone shone with an intense glow, as if awakening from a centuries-long slumber. Amid this sacred choreography, a tangible energy flooded the sanctuary. I could feel the fragment vibrating in sync with the very heartbeat of the earth, while the candelabrum cast beams of light that danced across my face, exposing every wrinkle and scar, marks of a past filled with pain and betrayal. At that moment, I realized that the ritual of echoes was not merely a mystical spectacle, but an inevitable confrontation with my inner demons. My visions, perhaps provoked by the ancient power gathered there, began to overwhelm me. As I closed my eyes, I was suddenly swept into a maelstrom of memories. The desperate look of my father as he fell in battle, the muffled screams of lost comrades, and the treacherous voices of those who betrayed our legacy. The raw, relentless pain enveloped me like a dense fog, threatening to extinguish the faint light I still harbored. Struggling against these images, a deep, resonant voice echoed against the sanctuary walls. If you wish to transcend, face the mirror of your soul. Pain is not your enemy, but the fuel that will propel you beyond the darkness. The message reverberated within me, challenging me to cast aside my inhibitions.
With my heart pounding, he cried out,
I will no longer be a prisoner of the past.
In a sudden flash, the vision materialized before me.
A shadow, tall and indistinct, emerged from the very surroundings, the embodiment of my despair, a spectral figure representing the weight of every emotional scar. Its eyes, empty and accusing, locked onto mine, as if demanding justice for the years of agony.
The confrontation between me and this inner manifestation is total.
It is not a battle of steel, but one of essence, where every strike is delivered with the raw energy of my emotions. I advance, blade in hand, guided by a determination that goes far beyond a mere desire to take revenge on the pains of the past. Every thrust is a cry of release, a courageous act to shatter the chains that once bound me to bitter memories. The shadow twists and tries to dissipate, but my voice rises amid the tumult of emotion. I will not be defined by the ghosts that haunt me.
He will transform every tear, every wound, into power.
The clash reaches its peak. As the sanctuary's mystical energy intensifies, I feel my determination merge with the light emanating from the fragment. In a moment that seems almost eternal, the spectral figure wavers, and with a decisive strike, my blade, ignited by an inner flame long dormant, slices through the darkness. The shadow dissolves into particles of light and echo, as if the very essence of the sanctuary had absorbed its malevolence. The ensuing silence is absolute, and for a few moments, there is nothing but the sound of my own racing breath. The fragment now pulses with a comforting intensity, and I realize that something has broken within me. The barrier I had imposed to protect my heart has finally been shaken, allowing true transformation to begin. With the dissipation of the shadow, the ritual reaches its peak. The inscriptions on the walls seem to whisper secrets and promises of a future where pain transforms into strength. Kalen approaches, and with a serene gaze, he says, "Varian, today you have proven that you are not merely a man marked by the past, but a forger of your own destiny." Lyris joins us and adds in a gentle voice, "True redemption comes from accepting each scar as part of what makes you unique. Allow the light of your echoes to illuminate the path ahead." As the incense flames mingle with the sunlight flooding the sanctuary, I feel an inner peace that had long been foreign to me. The fragment, along with a new medallion, now revealed as an inseparable part of the ritual, forms a powerful bond, a symbol that the legacy of the East, even if shaken by betrayals, can be reborn from the ashes. My body still trembles with exhaustion, but my mind has cleared like never before. The painful memories have not vanished. Instead, they now transform into vital fuel, a source of learning and power. Each beat of my heart echoes the message of the ancestral voice and the chants that persist on the walls of this sacred place. As the ritual drew to a close, our companions slowly withdrew, leaving me alone for a few precious moments to contemplate what I had just experienced. I sat at the edge of the altar, where the echoes of ancient battles mingled with the soft glow of the runes. I felt that, even after so much suffering, I had been reborn. Not as a traditional hero, but as a true warrior, marked by contradictions yet capable of transforming pain into a sharp blade to face the future. With the medallion glimmering in my hand, I recalled the words that had resonated in my soul: "Pain is not a burden, but the spark of transformation." And, for a brief moment, I allowed myself to be vulnerable, letting the truth of my failures turn into hope. As the sun rose, painting the sanctuary in warm, golden hues, I felt an unshakable promise. My journey of redemption was only just beginning. Every scar I bore, every shadow of the past, now served as the foundation for the new destiny that awaited me. No matter how many betrayals or agonies had marked my path, I knew that the truth, even if hidden deep within my echoes, was the key to restoring the legacy of the East.
He rose slowly, facing the horizon where the mountains melded with the sky.
In silence, I vowed to myself that I would continue to forge my destiny with the energy of this ritual, with the courage to turn every shadow into light. With each step I took, I carried not only the weight of the past, but also the promise of a resplendent tomorrow. As I rejoined Kalen, Lyris, and Darius to leave the sanctuary, I felt that the echoes of this ritual would always accompany me, reminding me that even in darkness, the possibility of rebirth is ever present. And so, with a renewed heart and a clear mind, I continued my journey, determined to make the legacy of the East an eternal symbol of strength, redemption, and above all, the human capacity to transform in the face of adversity.
Did you enjoy the video? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps us know which stories you love most and which ones we should prioritize in future productions. Your support is essential for us to keep bringing you the best manhwa content every day. See you in the next episode.